Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, June 23rd, 2011. A lot to cover. Let's get right into the charts here. First of all, I just want to talk about the S&P 500 E-mini futures, which are really just getting hit hard, sold off very sharply, down about 13 points at the moment. We just had the initial weekly jobless claims released. The market was already down about 10 points, and once the initial weekly jobless claims were released, the market has declined even further. So we're down about 13 points on the S&P 500 E-mini futures contract, and that's a U contract. You could see the U.S. dollar index, if the market is down, is soaring, and sure enough, U.S. dollar index is having a big day, back up above the 76 level. That is a huge move. You could look at the daily chart here and see how we've pulled back. Yesterday cut out a positive day, and today just really catapulting to the upside. So this does have more room to run, in my opinion. Could trade up as high as 76.55 over the next day or so. So again, big move on the U.S. dollar index. Market is selling off very, very sharply. We're down about 13 points on the S&P E-mini futures, right down to the 1267 area. So big decline there. Now the Eurozone has a lot of problems, as we all know, but more problems today. It looks like Greece may not have enough votes to pass their austerity measure. So again, we're going to have to see how that all plays out. You also have Portuguese yields spiking higher. Who knows what's going on with Ireland? They could come back into the picture after just being bailed out. You also have Italy, Greece, Belgium, Lithuania. The list goes on and on. So there are a lot of problems there. If Spain comes into play, lights out for a while, in my opinion. So again, we'll have to watch this market very, very closely. With the dollar being so strong, look at what's happening in oil. You have a huge sell-off there in oil. Here's a chart of the USO. And you can see USO is declining sharply, closed at 37.10, today at 35.78. You also have gold, GLD, closed yesterday at 151. Today it is trading at 148.35. SLV, no different there. Yesterday closed at 35.50. Today it's trading at 34.66 a share. So you could see big sell-offs in gold, big sell-offs in silver, big sell-offs in oil. This is all due to the stronger dollar, okay? So the president wants to know how to get gasoline down. Get the dollar stronger. You'll get gasoline down. That's all you need to do. In the 90s, the dollar used to be very strong. Gasoline was about $1 a barrel, $1 a gallon. So again, all these leading commodities are lower today. Freeport-McMoRan is trading lower. That stock closed at 48.86. So you're seeing all the commodity stocks, all the leaders that are down. Now, we have to watch what's going to come out of Europe, and we also have to watch the dollar. The dollar, I think, is the most important. Any news out of Europe will just be reflected in the U.S. dollar index. If the U.S. dollar index somehow can pull back intraday, yeah, you'll get a bounce off the lows. Okay, so this is a soaring move higher. Any pullbacks, you'll get a little bit of a bounce off the lows, but I think it's just going to be a bounce. I really wouldn't expect all that much more today, being that this is a pretty severe sell-off, and the dollar is having a huge spike. So if the dollar can reverse some, yeah, that's where you'll see a little bit of a bounce. If the dollar doesn't reverse, this market's probably just going to trade lower. Okay, it's very fragile, it's very weak, and you've gotten a nice little bounce over the past 3-4 days. That may be the extent of it. Who knows? So we'll see how that all plays out. The other thing I want to say, there are a few stocks that are doing okay today. It looks like Bristol Myers Squibb is having a good day. That stock is up after partnering with Pfizer on a blood thinning drug. Let's take a look at PFE. You can see it there. Pfizer stock is trading higher as well. And then you have stocks that are just getting hit pretty sharply. F5 is one of them. F5 is down pretty sharply yesterday. F5 closed around the 104.81 level. Today it's trading at around 101.55. It was actually down to $100. So F5 is getting hit pretty hard today. So you have a lot of stocks that are down. A lot of commodities are down. Stronger dollar. Market is deflating. That could continue to happen. So again, be very cautious here. I don't want to really waste too much time today. I think that's really all that I'm seeing at the moment. So we'll have to just take it one step at a time. But again, if the dollar falls, that's your bounces intraday. If the dollar doesn't fall, then lights out. The market probably could trade lower. We'll see where it goes. Again, you've had a nice bounce over 3 or 4 days, but once the U.S. dollar index caught its bid, that's it. It just deflates this market pretty quickly. All right. With that said, I just want to wish you all a good trading day, and I'll see you all on the charts at 9:30. Take care, everybody. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, June 23rd, 2011. There's a lot to cover. Markets are under pressure to start the day. You'll see futures are declining early. Jobless claims were just released. Futures have been down all morning on the European debt crisis, and now they're falling a little bit lower as weekly jobless claims are just being released here at 8:30 a.m. So on Thursdays, I try to do this report just to coincide right with the jobless claim report because it is pretty important. And we're getting a little bit of a dip. So futures are now down about 11.5 points, and we'll see where it goes from here. Now, if futures are lower, that only tells us one thing. The U.S. dollar index is likely to be higher. And sure enough, let's go to a U.S. dollar index chart. And the dollar is soaring today, up 82 cents. A very, very strong move for the U.S. dollar index. Yesterday, the dollar also had a pretty nice move, finishing positive, and today it is just surging higher. Now, if the dollar fades during the intraday action, yeah, the markets will probably get a little bit of a bounce off the gap lower open that we're expecting today. If the dollar can somehow put in a little sideways base and then rally later, yeah, this market's going to come under more pressure. It's still a dollar story. Don't take your eyes off the dollar for one moment. It's still the most important relationship in the market, inverse to the stock market. Dollar up, market down, dollar down, market up. That's the way it is. That's the way it's going. That's the way it has been. And that's the way it should continue for a while. Now, yesterday, Ben Bernanke held his press conference after the FOMC rate decision was announced. He basically said that he's not going to do anything for a little while. He's going to leave rates at 0%, and he's just going to let's see how it goes, kind of roll the dice type of deal. That is causing the dollar to strengthen. The dollar is strengthening. You're seeing a decline here in oil. I'll just use the USO as a barometer. USO closed at 37.10. Today it is trading at 36.16. Gold is also falling today. GLD closed the day yesterday at $151. Today you're trading at $149.19. Spot gold is down about 13, 14 points at the moment. Also, silver is another precious metal which is getting hit a little bit today. Closed at 35.50 yesterday, trading at 35.09. Has bounced back a little bit over the last bar before the open here today, right around 8:30. So we'll see how that plays out. But once again, the dollar is getting stronger. Everything could get a little bit weaker. Traders may also want to watch the FXE, which is the euro currency. That is getting hit this morning pretty hard. FXE closed at 143.04. Today it's trading at 141.55. So again, there's negative news out of Greece. They may not have enough votes to pass the austerity. Also, you have Portuguese yields spiking. Now, you have to wonder, it's only going to be a matter of time before this starts in Ireland again. Spain and Italy on the horizon of needing a bailout. Most likely they need a bailout. Then you have Portugal. Then you have Belgium, Lithuania. So many other nations. It's almost like a domino effect of what's going to take place. I think the entire summer is going to be ridden with the European debt crisis. Now, how much does the market put into it? How much stock does the market put into it? Is going to remain to be seen. So far, every time we've seen a bailout, these countries have needed more. So again, Greece had a bailout about a year ago. It's back for a restructuring. If it doesn't restructure, I guess they're just going to have to let it go bankrupt. And not become part of the euro any longer. And then you're going to see other nations start to push for the breakaway from the euro as well, from the eurozone. So again, I think it's a failed science project over there, but nonetheless, we'll see how it plays out. Over here in the U.S. is not a lot better. You may have 50 greases in the United States. So again, you have to really use caution right now. This is the time where you want to be a little bit more selective. But just go back to the futures chart here, and you can see futures are starting to plummet again. This market is not out of the woods by any stretch. In fact, with the European debt crisis lingering, it may be a while before these markets get any real traction going again. So again, let's take a look at some leading stocks that are in the news today. First, want to look at Red Hat, RTH. And let me just go. This stock has come down pretty sharply here. You can see a little move lower in Red Hat. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's about right. Trading down to 106.57. This stock could be in play today. Let's take a look at Pfizer. Ticker symbol is PFE. They did have some drug news. So that stock is trading up a little bit. Closed around $20.28, trading up at 21.08. I think on the coattails of that, Bristol Myers Squibb, ticker symbol BMI, is also trading higher. And you see Bristol Myers had a nice little pop there. There's some blood thinner drug news out there. Okay, so you do have some stocks that are trading up. For the most part, most stocks are negative. Let's take a look at F5 Networks. FFIV is the ticker. And that stock is trading down this morning. So getting hit a little bit. You have to watch for that. There's also going to be some economic news out today. I believe at 10 o'clock you have some news out. New home sales will be out at 10 o'clock. That could be a little bit of a mover. I'm not sure how much weight it will carry today, but it will be something. New home sales out at 10 o'clock. I don't think the housing market is showing any signs of recovery whatsoever, so you never know. Maybe that report could give the markets a little bit of a boost if it comes in better than expected, but I wouldn't look for a whole lot. Tomorrow you have a lot of news on the docket. It's going to be GDP. You also have durable goods. So there's going to be a lot of news tomorrow morning at 8:30. So we'll see how it all plays out. But in any case, right now, the markets are getting hit pretty sharply. The U.S. dollar is really front and center, having a big day, although it's pulling back a little bit, helping the futures trade off the lows just a touch. But again, it's all about the dollar. It's all about the European debt crisis right now. Keep an eye on the dollar. I don't think you really need to follow any other chart at the moment. One thing I will say again, and just reiterate, the eurozone is a complete disaster, and it should continue, even though you're going to get little breathing points of fresh air. But the truth of the matter is that there's a pretty severe crisis going on in the eurozone. Okay, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for today. Kept it short and sweet, to the point. For those of you in the chat room, I'll see you all at 9:30. Have a great trading day. Take care, everybody.